As the waves wash with flickers of the sun. No pins, no needles, you can hold them down. You leave cowardice to one side, one arm from the other, till you're taken by the tide. You say I was just going your way. Oh, I didn't count on quite the current. Now I'm here and there's nothing left to say. Wish that I thought it out in the first run, but that was never much like me, was it, Chloe? Chloe. Now as the sun is beating down upon your shoulder, and the worried woods, they're primed, they're ready to go. You leave cowardice at the altar. I tell them when you know, you just know. 'Cause I think we're just as bad as one another, but I think I only ever liked it that way. And I never meant to cause you any bother, but it would bother me not to bother you again one day. Chloe, Chloe. She said, I think you bring out the best in me, can just as likely be my worst. Last clear she was sitting next to me. She's worth more than any honest man could say he deserved. So I never caught the nerve to say, Chloe, Chloe. Now if the boys in the back don't wanna listen, 'cause they got more important things to do, well, who am I to try and stop them when something would stop me following you? Now if the boys in the back don't wanna listen, 'cause they got better things on their mind, well, who am I to hold it against them when I never could let you for mine? But now it's far past time to let lion dogs be. Wouldn't you say, Chloe? That song was one of the first ones I ever wrote that I liked, but I wasn't good enough a guitarist to play it, and I kept coming back to it. So I actually wrote that when I was 20 years old, and now and I was fawning over, of course I was fawning over this woman when I was a student. She was like the first cool person I ever met. She knew things about art. I didn't know anything or anyone who knew anything about anything, and she knew things about art, so she was wonderful. But I only finished it last year, so it's taken, I'm 23 years old now, so it's taken, no, okay, I'm 35, so it's taken a long time, but we got there in the end. Well, the writing on the wall says, bless yourself. Now there's none there for you, go ahead and bless yourself. now there's no one there for you in your own hometown. Since the rocks took your windows and the vines to line, you better bless yourself. You better bless yourself. You better bless yourself. Well, she fell 9 stories down. She hit glass and then the ground. She can't spit or swallow, but they won't kill the pain. No, 'cause she can't pay. Can't even pray for the morrow. Now there's a gray sky over her head tonight. That dirty gray sky. I love a Beijing tonight. Where they took the Falun Gong, what they done to them, we wouldn't spit or swallow. I go crying. Oh, here's our girl cry, and the whole world, well, we're just watching, just letting our devil answer. You better bless yourself. You better bless yourself. I know it's a hell on a cross, so don't look up or down. You just leave who's lying there on the dry day ground. It's just like Thatcher told, society don't exist. So she went out so frightened and cold, all alone, just like the rest. Now it's a grey sky over our heads tonight. That dirty grey sky over our heads tonight. Okay, this one's a complicated one. This one, I don't remember writing this one at all. So maybe it was during the plague times we don't speak of, because that's all a blur. I don't remember anything, so it must have been in there somewhere. All I remember is I had all these sheets pinned to the wall, and all these different things, and I was arranging them like a jigsaw. It was all over the place. There's 3 different women in this song. And it's all true stuff. I woke up one day during the plague times, so it was during there, and I heard the news that my partner, her friend in, it wasn't actually Beijing, it was somewhere else in China. Beijing just sounded better. But she fell off a balcony that was very badly built, and she hit glass. She fell 9 stories down, and she survived. But she had 0 cash. She was a poor teacher, and from South America, Chile, I believe, and they wouldn't give her painkillers, strong painkillers, because she had no money. So she's just in agony. And I just thought that was the worst thing I've ever heard in my entire life. But then I was like, oh, look at you judging the other side of the world. When I had just seen Greta Thunberg on TV just trying to beg the UN to like just do anything except let us all burn to death. And then I was like, this might help. And all that happened is people would like make fun of her and say like, how dare you? And I was like, oh, we're fucked. This is the world we live in. So I wrote her into the song. I wrote the person falling out of the balcony in the song. And then I wrote Margaret Thatcher in the song, just because to me, she stands for everything that was wrong with us, you know, the 80s in general. Let's never go back to the 80s where individuality just became like this whole thing. Like you become, I know I'm talking too much, I'm sorry. You are what you wear, and you don't need anyone, and you're strong and you're independent. I've never met an independent person in my life, and frankly, I don't want to. I'm hopelessly dependent on everyone. I'm dependent on you to listen. I'm dependent on my friends for love. I'm dependent on everyone. So this independence thing, I hate it, and I want it to go away. So there you go. That's it. So. Thank you very much. I gotta make these stories shorter, I'm sorry. That was the most complicated song. The rest is like, I don't know, we wrote it on a napkin or something. Right? I was waking by June morning, bare woman beside me. As shocked I was, well I skipped a beat and she was tickled pink. She said, come with me inside the sunlight. We've had too many moons to think. Come with me inside the storms I use. You come away from the brink. You come away from the brink. I was waking right June morning, bare bed beside me. Now where you been, where you taking those heartbeats? I feel too many now alone to keep. Oh, no wonder why ivy curls and creeps just outside on the vine. All you leave, it trails behind you like brine, like bristles, like sleep. Come with me inside the sunlight. You've had too many moons to think. Won't you come with me inside the storms I use? You come away from the brink. You come away from the brink. Thank you very much. That one is called Ivy, and I actually I remember writing this one clearly too. I was remember what I was saying about you're hopelessly dependent on people. Well, for a long time in my life, I thought the opposite. I thought, no, I can go anywhere, and it's all on me, and it's all going to be fine. And then what happens is you fall in love with someone and you're like, yeah, but this could end any problem. I'm a strong, independent individual. I don't need this person. But I remember the first time me and my partner shared a room. We lived together, not just shared a room for a night or a few nights or whatever, but we lived together properly. It was forced upon us because the lockdown was happening, and I was like, well, what are we going to do? Never see each other or choose a room? And she reluctantly, because she also was pretending to be strong and independent like I was, and she reluctantly came to my apartment, which was full of artists, a complete disaster, so many people there all the time, it was crazy. But one of the things that I was most concerned about is, how am I going to write a song? It's a private thing, you don't want anyone there. It's like going to the bathroom, you don't want anyone there. Okay? Weird analogy, but I'll stand by it. And I remember I was just quietly sitting on the couch, and she was lying on the bed, and I was just playing so softly, almost as if like she won't be able to hear it because it's so quiet, and then it's my thing privately. So I started singing in this voice that I never sang in before, and now I use this voice in so many of my songs, and it's all because she was just lying there, and I wanted to not disturb her. And now I'm like, can you get closer so the voice will go quiet again, So be open to all of this. If you're an artist yourself, you don't need your rules. Throw them all out. Write on the toilet. Let people watch you. It'll be fine. Okay, this one's called Hanging Tree. Everything you want, now everything you need. Everything you want, just hanging from a tree, just hanging from a tree. Nights of blowout sail, we're giving everything away. Now nothing can be left, not even a good book stays. Everything you want, now everything you need. Everything you want, just hanging from a tree, just hanging from a tree. I can't spare a breath, I can't stand the late. Everything that you can think, you know that wind can sway. Everything you want, everything you need. Everything you want, just hanging from a tree, just hanging from a tree to tree fall. Now cut all your ties, now make your bed. Now you made up your mind, now you can put it all to rest. Now it's blowout sail, giving everything away. No, anyone can come see your boys on display. much. Burdened by the hurdle of heavy heroes, start to think you're neither here nor there, though. Well, I cannot adhere to let your fears grow. Takes bigger gusts than that to make the ships go beside in every sound. Tower over the town, soar head above the clouds, see all there is allowed. Where are you now? Now where are you now? Oh, blinded by the lights of your rear window, watching all your life swirl round the barrel. Still your eyes are like a blaze of ferrule. Takes bigger nights than this to let the heavens glow over sight and every sound. Tower over the town, soar head above the clouds, see all there is allowed. Where are you now? Now where are you now? Start to wish away all your better angels, 'cause you were never one to fall for faith or fables. Well, I cannot attest to what you're able, but you came from the same glare that lets the heavens glow over sight and every sound. Towers over the town that tears the cities down, so it's head above the clouds. Where are you now? Oh, where are you now? That one there, I don't know, if you're just feeling a bit down and out, and as Jan was just talking there, you know, there's hard times being an artist, and I was, you know, I play with some of the best musicians that are alive today. I do. I play with so many wonderful, crazily talented people. People who have no business being that talented. Like, I think they're possessed by some kind of deity or demon. They're that good. And they're completely unknown. And I feel like sometimes, not sometimes, every Thursday I play, sit in a pub and we all sit around the table and we play just Irish traditional music for fun. And sometimes I just snap into this, like, I can't believe this has happened. I can't believe how talented these people are. And that was a song that I wrote to kind of play to them, because I know the hardship that you go through. I was trying to just get some hope for them, you know, that it'll be all right. And it will be, probably. But yeah, that's the idea behind that song. And I think it was for me as well a bit. This one is another song. What'll it do? Crying over the news as the green men walk in, some flower seeds handed them. What are you crying for? Over another man's war? Do you cry 'cause you feel it in the eyes? Cry 'cause we have to fight? Cry 'cause we can't pretend we're not just like them? Is that what you're crying for? Over another man's war? Well, they call us the brave, wouldn't know the meaning of the phrase. Too cold for the fear you first have to feel before you overcome. I hear you're nothing but numb. Put a gun in my hand, helmet on my head. So better off them than any one of us dead. Look how far we've come, with how many rings round the sun. So what are you crying for? Over another man's war? Well, they say it's our land, say it's part of God's plan. They say so many things you can't comprehend, meanings twist and swing, till truth don't mean a thing. So they say it's our fate, they say just what's at stake. They say that we fight for one and all of our sakes, then send nothing but kids. Ah, who'd raise them for this? And who are they fighting for in another man's war? For those cutthroat enough to think they rule the rest of us, and then they go and do it. You feel nothing, there's really nothing to it. You're right, feel nothing but sick. There's so much blood on the floor, I can't make it to the door. Cold churns a shudder, I won't make a minute more. Who am I dying for in another man's war? That one is about how much fun it is watching the news. No, I wrote that. I was watching the news. I think it was at the start of Russia's very quick. They were going to be 24 hours in and out. Everything was. They called it a tactical military mission or something. And the thing that stuck with me at the start of what's become this war. The thing that I noticed was there was this old woman that started giving all the soldiers sunflower seeds. And apparently that's a curse. Ukrainians give sunflower seeds. And that I don't know, there was something about that that really stuck with me. So, yeah, you know what the song's about. It's very self-explanatory. And it's cheery, so I hope you enjoyed it. this is my favorite song to play, and it's one of my oldest songs. Oh, you make it look so easy, so you do. When you're trying those arms as you do. Now that you're making your way through, well, I don't mean to pry, but could you put me to any use? Anywhere but here will do. Oh, anywhere, won't you take me there? I'll take any old excuse. You call it any way that you see, but what once looked good, it don't make any sense now to me. And you say that it beggars belief. I can sound so bitter, but ask of you so sweet. And anywhere but here will do. Oh, anywhere, won't you take me there? I'll take any old excuse. Oh, anywhere but here will do. Oh, anywhere, won't you take me there? I take any old excuse to take after you. Thank you very much. Now, I think I told you at the start that there's certain songs that just fall out and you don't know what's going on. This is the king of that. That's why I can still enjoy playing it after so many years. I'm like, yeah. I'm completely confused by this. I was, so it's called Anywhere But Here Will Do. I was just talking to you two there about this place called Galway. I wrote the start of that in Galway. I was sitting across from my friend. He was high as a kite on Galway bad weed. And I was just noodling the guitar, and he's like, keep that one, that's good. I remember he said that. And the song just was done that evening, or it was just completely done. It took like 20 minutes, and it was gone. And then I noodled around, desperately fitting in extra things for like 7 years. I don't know why. I was just insecure, because I had no business writing a song so quickly. I just thought I cheated or something. Actually, you're meant to write them quickly. That's the trick. If you're spending days, you've done something very wrong. But it should be quick. But the thing was, I threw it away because I didn't trust it was a good song. And then one day I was busking in Berlin. I live in Berlin, by the way. And I ran out of songs, and I started playing that one. And the person walking by put in €10, which was a lot for me. It still is. But it was a lot then, because I don't know what I was living off. I was living off peas or something, I don't know. But I had just moved to Berlin, I had no money, someone put €10 in for that song. I was like, well, that's back in the 70s. So I started playing that for my friends, and now that song, so I was telling you about these musicians I love. I don't know what it is, but they keep sending me videos where they play that song in their rendition of the song at way better gigs than I could ever play. And it means the world to me. But I know it's not about the city, because that was my favorite city I ever lived in, Galway. I loved that city more than anything. So then I was like, okay, was it the headspace? I was like, I was in a pretty good headspace. And then I'm like, well, what the hell was it? There you go. That's all I got. I'm still fascinated by it, and that's why I like to play it more and more. What's next? You know that I got married far too young. Well, I followed the bullet right down the barrel of the gun. I said the sooner we get it over, well, it's the sooner that we're gone. So I got married far too young. And Tuesday was the wedding, Wednesday was a waste. Following our troubles were our relatives in wait. Now she could never be happy, just for her own sake. And so she kept me waiting, she was never late. And the boss came down like the pouring rain. The boss came down like the pouring rain. The jobs dried up, the nerves grew thin. Yeah, the jobs dried up and my nerves grew thin. Far from true as love can be when there's no good news. Nothing for doing, nowhere to go. She stole my heart, I only sold my soul. As she stole my heart, I only sold my soul. Now the years they came and went. We stayed at home, though that look in her eyes, well, it was far past gone. She stayed mostly to herself, I stayed surrounded alone. I was singing in the bars, I was drinking jazz with vagabonds. Yes, the boss came down like the pouring rain. The boss came down like the pouring rain. The jobs dried up, the nerves grew thin, and when the nerves dried out, well, I tried. Then I tread along disaster, like there's an answer waiting for me. Or I tread along disaster, like that answer's now plain as day to see. Like a look in her eye that's as far from true as a love can be when there's no good news. There was nothing for doing, there was nowhere to go. While she stole my heart, I only sold my soul. Ah, she stole my heart, I only sold my soul. But I still call to her gently, near daily she still comes. She holds me when I'm sick, listens when I say I'm done. But the only ever truth I ever did stumble upon is that I got married far too young. Thank you very much.